Hello and welcome to the AeroVee engine assembly video series. I'm Joe Norris at Sonex Aircraft LLC. In this series of video segments, we are going to walk through the assembly of an AeroVee engine. We'll be following the sequence called out in the AeroVee assembly manual. The manuals get updated much more often than the video series. So if there is a case where the manual and the video series disagree, your manual that came with your engine is the guide for you to follow. But in general, all of the steps that we have in the manual will be shown in the video series. We hope you enjoy the video series. We hope you enjoy putting together your AeroVee engine, and we look forward to seeing your airplane flying. Now we're ready to assemble our engine case halves. I've already installed my lifter bodies, and I pre-lubricated those, and I put the Moly lube on the faces of the lifters. I've already pre-lubricated my cam bearings and my half of a center main bearing, so I've got some assembly lube on there. The next step is going to be to put our sealant around the perimeter of the engine case so that when we put the two halves together, we will have a good oil seal. It's important when you put your sealant on to remember not to put so much sealant on that you plug up the oil return passages. We have one in the back here, right next to the rear main bearing. There's a little passage right here that returns oil from the bearing area, the seal down and back into the case. And then there's also one in the front, which returns oil from the oil slinger area up here by the prop hub, and that allows oil to return back into the case. So when you're putting your sealant on your case, you want to make sure that you don't plug those up, because if you do, you'll end up with excessive oil building up by your rear main seal and by your prop slinger, and you'll ultimately be pushing that oil overboard and cause yourself a leak. So as you're putting your sealant on, make sure that you don't put so much on that you block those passages. The first thing we'll do, since I'm going to be using some Aviation Permatex number 3, I'm going to put on a latex glove here because it's pretty sticky stuff, and I'll keep my one hand clean anyway. Our first step will be to install our cam plug, which will go in this area to plug the end of the camshaft opening there. But I'm going to put a little sealant on that first. This is our Aviation Formagasket number 3 that I talked about in the opening segment when I talked about tools and supplies. This is my brush applicator cap sealant here. Make sure we don't get too much on there. I'm going to put a little bit on the cap itself. And I'm going to come around over here, and I'm going to put a little bit in the engine case half in that area where the cam plug goes. And I'm just simply going to set the cam plug in that groove. Now the cam plug goes in with the flat surface outboard, so you want to make sure you get it properly oriented in there, and that's just going to sit in there until we bring our other case half in. Now we're going to start with our brush applicator, and we're going to apply our Aviation Permatex Formagasket number 3 all the way around the perimeter of the engine. We'll do this partly by brush and partly by finger to get a nice even coat on there. And once we get that all the way around, we'll be ready to set our engine case halves together. We've got our sealer on our case now, and we're ready to lift the case up, and we'll set it on top of the other case. Now, when you tip the case over and put it against the other side, those lifters may try to fall out. If you put a lot of grease on them, they'll stay pretty good, but every once in a while when you tip that case over, those lifter bodies try to slide out of there. So here's a little trick you can do to minimize that problem. Just take a regular everyday clothespin like this, and we're actually going to use the back end of it. We're going to squeeze it open, put our finger in to hold it like that, and then we're going to just stick that in through so that it interfaces with the body of that lifter. Now that way, if the lifter tries to slide out, the clothespin will stop it from doing that. So just as a safety measure, sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. But we'll just stick them in there and make sure that we won't lose our lifter bodies as we install our case halves together. There we go. All right, we've got our lifter bodies secured. We've got our sealer on there. We've got our cam plug in place. I'm going to stand these two connecting rods up pretty straight, and they should stay well enough for me to pick the case half up. Get our studs lined up. Drop it down in there. Feed that connecting rod out through its opening. Set her down on there. Now, in order to make sure it's seated, we're going to take our soft hammer, give the case a few wraps with the hammer, get everything seated down. There we go. It's coming together nicely. All our lifters stayed in place. Looks like we've got a good joint all the way around. Perfect. And there's our connecting rods. And now we're ready to put our main nuts on our main bearing studs. We can take our clothespins out now and get those out of the way. Set those aside. Now these 6 main studs are through the main bearing area of the case, and each one of those gets a large diameter washer and a nut. All right, we've got our 6 main bearing stud nuts threaded on part way. Now we're going to snug those down, and these will be torqued in a proper sequence once I get them snugged down a little bit. The proper torque sequence for these studs is to do the center 2 first, then the 2 closest to the prop hub next, and then finally the 2 nearest the flywheel end of the engine. So we'll start here. We've got our wrench set to 15 pound-feet, which is our initial torque setting for these studs. And we'll bring that wrench up. There's our click, 15. Go to the other center one. 15 pound-feet. We'll diagonal across to this front one here. 15 pound-feet. Down to the other front one. 15 pound-feet. Then we'll go diagonal across to this top rear one. 15 pound-feet. And then finally the lower rear one. There, that's our initial torque setting for these main bearing studs. 15 pound-feet on each one. Now we simply want to grab our crank and make sure we can still rotate the crank by hand. And we can, no problem. That's good. Now that we know that we can rotate the crank, we're going to retorque these to 25 pound-feet. So I'll reset my torque wrench. .25 pound-feet. And the same torque sequence is used for this as well, starting with the center studs, then working to the forward prop hub end, and then finally the rear flywheel end. So we'll restart right in the same place. 25. 25. diagonally across, 25, 25, diagonally across, 25, and finally 25. That's our final torque for those 6 studs for our main bearing studs. And again, just give the crank a little rotation and make sure that everything's free and easy, looking good. And that takes care of our main bearing studs. Now the next step will be to put the case bolts around the perimeter of the case. We'll start putting our perimeter bolts on with the cam stud fasteners, which are these 2 that are on either side of the camshaft in the flywheel end of the engine here. Those specifically need to have some sealer put on them. So again, I'm going to use my Aviation Forma gasket number 3. And I'm just going to put a little coating of that right around that stud area. In each location. And we put a flat washer on each location. And then finally our fasteners. These 2 studs will be torqued after we get all the rest of our perimeter fasteners in place. But for now we're just going to temporarily snug them down, and then we'll install the rest of our fasteners. Once those 2 are snugged, then we just simply go around on each stud all the way around the engine case, install a flat washer and a fastener. Now that we have all our fasteners in place, we'll reset our torque wrench to 10 pound-feet. And we will torque the 2 cam stud nuts that we installed with the sealer. There we go with that one. There we go with that one. Those 2 are torqued to 10. The rest of them are torqued to 14 pound-feet. So we'll reset our torque wrench to 14 pound-feet. There's no particular torquing sequence to these. You can just work your way right around the periphery of the case. So we'll snug those down, each one, and torque each one to 14 pound-feet. Now that we have our perimeter fasteners torqued to 14 pound-feet, we'll just take a quick look around the entire perimeter of the engine case, and we'll see we've got a nice even squeeze out of our sealer all the way around. You can see in these areas here, see just a little bit of a film of sealer all the way along. That shows us that we've got good even contact with our engine case, and we'll have a good tight seal. We won't have to worry about any seepage of oil between the engine case halves. Once we get those fasteners tight, we can actually stand our engine case up. And there's 2 more to do on the top. There's one long stud here with a fastener on it. And then there's also a through bolt here, which we'll put a fastener on, and we'll torque those as well to 14 pound-feet. Once we do that, our engine case halves have been joined, and we're ready to move on to our next operation.